Brain is not braining.
Brain is not braining today, everyone. Hello, welcome back to the Role Players Guild. I
Hello.
am your guildmaster here at the Role Players Guild, whose brain is not braining. I am Beluga, and we are just going to get this rolling because brain is not braining. I am Beluga, and I play Mark 5, the Warforged Warlock. Alex, it's your turn with Laura on deck.
Hello. I'm Alex, also from the Role Players Guild, and I play Xylix Seerster, the lizard folk cleric druid multiclass. Laura, up to you.
Hello, my name is Laura. I play Gildath, the auto gnome, and the barky dog you hear is my dog Captain, and he hears the barky dog outside. Now it's Beast Husband's turn.
I'm B's spouse, even though he's not here, and I'm rolling Saf Elspeth, the storm sorceress. Jason.
Hey, welcome out everybody, and welcome to another exciting, action-packed, adventure-filled episode of Dungeons and Dragons, place in the world of Eberron. My name is Jason. I will be your guide to the light, and tonight you brave and perhaps foolish adventurers have found yourselves in a warehouse, or a textile factory, right? Which is actually built within a warehouse. You know, technicalities, right? Where you have been investigating a series of strange and grotesque happenings that have been happening all about the city of Fairhaven. You and your crew were asked to investigate these strange happenings at the asking of the local head of the city watch, where they noticed some things happening that was a little beyond their pay grade, a little above their ability to deal with. You stumbled into this textile factory, investigating, looking for clues that would lead to answers of the doings of a gentleman named Tobias Moore. Looking for clues about what happened to him. He was the owner of this textile factory, in charge of all operations and managing operations. One day he went nuts, murdered several of employees, led the local authorities on a chase where they had to corner him and were forced to retire him. And now people are just kind of searching for answers. As you stepped into the place, you were attacked by what appeared to be some of the workers. And that's kind of where we are at now, right? Does anybody have any questions or comments or things I need to take care of or do before we dive in? I saw some head shaking. Yes, Beluga.
No, I was nodding as in understanding what was happening.
Okay.
No
Cool.
questions at the moment that I can think of. Though I'm
All
sure
right,
I
we are
have
currently-
some, I just don't know them.
Yeah. Yep. Me too. All right, we are currently in combat. Top of the turn order, we have Elsbeth. You are, let's see, up here. And yeah, and this is a spike growth, right? Sorry, it's been a few weeks, so we're catching up a little bit. This is not Christmas lights, it is spike growth, right?
What it says.
Yeah.
Lights are also spiky.
They can be a little spiky. I've stepped on one or two in my day, and they're a bit spiky. All right, Elsbeth, tell us what you'll do.
Just to confirm, the pictureless hood thing next to Xylek is Mark 5, yes?
Correct.
Yeah. One of these days, Mark 5 will have a picture.
So there's guys, and they're doing things, and they're all fully closed. So let's use a brain here. Do I have one?
I think it might be a little bit of a brainless night tonight.
Uh-oh.
Okay, yeah, I can do this. So let's see. Do some. All right, so we got 10 foot of, or 20 feet of movement to get here. Gonna do the age-old standby of casting a spell and then carried away, and then doubling my money with thanks to a sorcery.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're gonna twin that spell.
Yeah, it's gonna be a chromatic orb on these two guys right here.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hmm.
And
So top one first, and then the second one.
All right.
And regardless of whether those hit, they're what was that? 3 lightning damage to each of them from Heart of the.
Okay. So you're targeting this one here and this one, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
You got it. All right, so that one takes 3 lightning damage, as does the other. Okay.
Do either of those hit?
Let's see. Here we go. Okay, the 14 is a miss, as is the 11. Chromatic orb. Let's see. Chromatic orb materializes, shatters, but misses its targets.
Love that.
But at least you got in that lightning damage. Cause you're
What's that?
stormy lady.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were
And
hit with lightning damage.
then let's see. The bonus action is to use that to fly 10 feet back. And then I had 10 feet of regular movement left, which I will use to pretty much put myself right back where I was.
All right. Good. Moving back, so you have relative shelter from the corner there.
Yep.
Using the environment to protect yourself. All right, that's good. Anything else on your turn, Elspeth?
Nope, that's it all.
You got it. We'll pass to Xylek. Tell us what you'll do.
Can I get an idea? Does this guy here at the edge of my spike growth look like? How badly injured does he appear?
He's not looking great, actually. He's bleeding profusely. There are rips and tears all throughout his body, and it looks like he shouldn't really be up or moving or functional. Not necessarily. I mean, almost looks animated. You could say at this point.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. So then I'm gonna go right up to him, and I'm going to cast the spell Savage. No, Primal Savagery.
Okay.
We'll use my green scaly dice for him. Maybe 2D. Does a 10 hit?
A 10 does not hit this creature.
Right, then. Well, at least it's just a cantrip.
Yeah, their AC is just a little higher than where we're punching tonight.
Yeah. And so let's see. Let me think. This is it. Oh, really? Oh. Okay, I am then. Nah, I think I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't really
Okay.
have anything proper I can do with my bonus action without expending more than I want to at this time.
Okay.
So I'll just kind of stand in a defensive position against this guy.
Okay. You got it.
That's my turn. That'll do it.
All right. Let me see. And okay. All right, so we'll pass the turn to Gilzaf.
It's my so I'm aware that I put it there last time.
Mhm.
And I do not know what the little squiggly line on this guy's head is. Does anybody want to remind me?
It's been a few weeks, hasn't it?
You're the
I
note
do not
taker.
recall.
The dagger? I don't know.
Was that one of
Well,
your
and
psychic daggers?
It might be because I like write it in my notes, but I put the mark on him, implying that I was marking him in my like as a note. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yes, I don't recall. But I mean, it could be one of your psychic knives or psychic blades.
It could be. Although they are supposed to disappear when like basically they don't technically, you can't see them, they're invisible, but like they still disappear when they hit their target. You know?
Okay. Right.
But I am just going to, I'm gonna move here next to my friendo. And I am going to sneak attack that guy with the possibly dagger sticking out of his head. With
this one here.
Yeah, with my little one
Okay.
here. Let's see here. 14 to hit.
That 14 is close, but it is a miss.
Sad. Well, then in that case, on my bonus action, if you say you're going to use sneak attack, and then you don't end up using it because it misses, can you no longer use sneak attack?
It applies for like your, I think it's like the first attack that you actually hit with a.
Okay.
Sneak attack is just you can only apply the damage to one attack per round. It just doesn't matter what attack, so long as you meet the requirements to do it.
There you
Cool.
go.
I wanted to make. I mean, I was gonna use my bonus action to send another dagger. Standing here, I'm not in the spike growth, am I? Am I in the spike growth? I don't want to be in the spike growth.
I think you might be.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, I don't really have line of sight. This is sad. Okay, I will stand here. I will open myself up to attack. Look at you guys. But I will still, yes, send another dagger at this guy. But this time melee instead of throwing it. I threw one and I missed, so I'm gonna punch him instead.
Okay.
Haha, this one will hopefully hit. It is a 25.
Woo!
Yeah. Sorry, what was the number?
25.
25. That is a solid hit on this creature.
Haha.
Okay.
That is 6, 10, 15, 17 points of psychic damage.
Okay. You got it. And the blade you're using, I mean, is that like a melee attack in your hand?
Yeah, so the first one I
Creative.
did was I kind of like made a throwing gesture at him, unless he saw the slight disturbance in the air of an invisible dagger coming at him.
Mm-hmm.
It would have just looked like I was just making a throwing motion. And then when I did the melee attack, when I stepped closer to him and then actually did a bonus action melee attack, he would have just seen me kind of like do this to him with my hand.
Right.
Because my dagger just sort of forms.
Right. Through the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So, would you say there's like a physical sensation between your hand and the blade? Like, can you feel it in your hands when you wield it, or is it just kind of like a mental energy that you like? Do you feel a force against your hand?
I might feel like a little like you know when your hand falls asleep or your foot falls asleep, the tingles.
Yeah.
Similar to that, but where I would feel the dagger, it would just be tingles.
Okay. A little bit of pins and needles there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So when that dagger makes contact with your enemy, those pins and needles that you feel within the palm of your hand, they kind of react a little bit, and it's just kind of like a force that kind of like punching, like punching an object with that, raising it up, and you kind of feel this like you've made this kind of attack before, and it's just kind of a slightly different sensation in the way this body reacts. It just kind of falls before you, uh, like like just hitting. I mean, bare flesh, but it just kind of almost falls apart at your blade. Almost, you can see like the flesh and the frame begin to just fall from your enemy as he just kind of ragdolls before you and drops. And in his place is a visage.
Place.
In its place, it just kind of the body just kind of drops in front of you. But in its place is just this. For a faint moment, you see this image of many eyes looking upon you, and just kind of an ugly, unearthly creature gazing at you with many different eyes. And then quickly that image kind of fades from view. And Xylek, you see this pretty clearly as well. You see it just kind of fade, and just for a moment you see that ghostly image, and it just kind of fades from before you. And for a faint moment, you think you just kind of hear echoes, like a creature or something, kind of howling in the spaces between corporal and incorporeal.
Is this reminiscent to that beast that we encountered in this room up here?
Yep.
It was like a
Yeah.
ugh.
Yep. For those of you watching out there in TV land or internet land, they've seen this kind of creature before, right? It was just a grotesque looking creature, many eyes, a big nasty red flesh and head, large pincers, and a big spiked tail, and it kind of like crawled around like a snake.
Where did we
Yeah?
see that at?
It was in this room, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It
Mhm.
was like after we killed the last remaining enemy in this room, that a spear came out of its body, but then turned, like we all kind of like went into a trance almost, and it was almost like corporeal and
Yeah.
attacked us.
Yeah, it feels very much like that. You just kind of get this sense that with each of these enemies that you drop, you're kind of, I don't know, kind of towing the line between physical and spiritual. Whatever it is you're facing is just not part of the physical world, but somehow is able to take control of physical things.
We don't know anybody that does that.
Right?
Sorry, Captain. Buddy, don't sit there. Sorry, I just rolled over my dog's tail with my chair. That's not very nice.
Oh, that's no good. Yikes. Anything else?
That is all. I think I
Okay.
was just a little bit creeped out by that.
Yeah, I mean, usually you're the one creating the eerie things, right? The psychic
Yeah.
blades
Well,
and other things.
normally I'm not like super close to anything that I kill, so we got too far.
Okay. Right on. All right. If nothing else, I'll pass the turn
Yeah.
to the DM. This one you killed. This one is still going. That one's still going, and that one's still going. Okay. All right. So this guy with a strange thing poking out of his head, looking to, which we do not recall what it is, will make a first melee attack. Justice, played
Okay.
by B Spouse.
I mean, attack the big thing. Don't attack the tiny little robot, please. Thanks.
That's right next to this one. It's the closest threat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's raises up and tries to swing. It's pretty low on hit points. Let's see how well it is able to gather itself. Okay, it's able to move, able to function. It rises up with one large arm and attempts to strike at Justice. Most likely not hitting. Not hitting. That's a 10. I don't think that's going to hit Justice.
Nope.
All right. Reeling back. It will attempt to strike again. That's much better. That's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that does hit.
Yeah. All right. So it looked like a hand that was just kind of flying through the air to smack you, but it felt more like a club bat. It is 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
8 points. Okay.
And yeah, just 8 points of bludgeoning damage at the moment. And that was its 2 attacks. This one will pass the turn to this one. Let's see. Where'd that one go? Okay, I think that one's dead. We'll move to here. And this is the spike growth is still up, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And this one doesn't really have. Yeah, and they just step into it. What's your movement again? What is your movement, creature?
-3 feet.
There we go.
Go backwards every time.
Right? It would be nice. And how does this? How does spike growth affect the movement again?
It's considered difficult terrain, so it's half
Okay.
movement.
Half movement. Okay. Let's see. All right, so he makes it in about there. Actually, right about there, and they're just kind of walking into this stuff, almost like they don't like. There's not really like they just don't care. It affects them, and you can see the brambles and the spikes kind of cutting up their boots, and their and just their their leather attire, their work clothes and all that stuff is just kind of tearing that stuff up. Their feet and legs begin to bleed profusely. They begin to be covered in blood, but they're just kind of walking through it, almost ignoring it entirely. Let's see, moves here, and okay, good. And then this one, same story, moves forward to about there. Actually, right there. And same thing here.
So both of them are going to be taking. Let's see. Spike growth. I think it's a D4 for every 5 feet that they move.
Did they have to make any saves?
You got it.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
Let me just double.
Yeah.
As long as they
and that's your spike growth, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is concentration. I think that's the. Oh, it's 2D4. Okay, cool.
2D4 per 5 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 2D4.
All right. So, yeah, let's start with this one. He moved about 10, we'll say 15 feet into this one.
So that's going to be.
Uh-huh.
3, 6. Oh, can never pick up D4s.
They're hard to pick up.
I know. I want to invent something that have like a little grippy
so that's going to be 13 points of piercing damage for the first guy.
Okay. You got it. The second one moved. Let's see, 5, 10, about 15 feet in as well.
So another 60. Plenty of
The damage.
2. Oh, shit. Nice. That's 8. Another one. Ooh, damn. 17 points of damage on that one.
You got it. Okay, and then this one moved in about 10 feet in. Well, actually, we'll say 15 feet in.
Okay.
And then climbed up on this table.
So that's gonna be another 3d4. So 10 on that one. 15 points.
Okay. All right. So this one, you see him struggle in, moving all the way, and then the brambles and the spikes just eat this thing, from like the waist down. You see him crawl up on the table, and it kind of stares at you, almost knowing that that you're the one who cast the spell, and you just see it just kind of disintegrate from the waist down, and it just kind of falls dead. And then for an instant again, you see that awful visage.
Gotcha.
I'm not saying spike growth is the best thing to use on enemies that blindly move through it, but I'm not saying it's not the best thing.
There you go. Right.
It's doing a decent chunk. I mean, it did almost like 50 damage in that one turn.
Right. Yep.
Impressive.
And that's kind of part of what strikes you as odd is that these things they just step right into it, moving straight for you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is that all who's left? Let me see. Yeah, I think we're good there. All right, that's TM's turn. We'll pass the turn to Justice. Tell us what you'll do.
Oh, he's got a friend next to him, so he's going to say hello the best way he knows how, which is with a big hand.
Excellent.
Oh, Gilzap is conveniently positioned, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to, help make the hug sandwich a whole sandwich.
Then Justice is going to take a step up to take advantage of advantage.
All right.
Wait. You're going through a wall there.
There is a wall here.
No, I thought that was the doorway. Never mind.
Oh, well, you're
that door is open though, is it not?
So I don't know.
The door is open, so it kind of depends on what the strategy is.
No, that's not going to work because the door is not in that square regardless, so he would be too far away.
Yeah.
And there would still be a wall.
Yeah.
So we'll just
get an attack opportunity from him.
Count that as his first attack misses and his second attack, I believe.
Sorry.
And that's for 11 damage.
Okay.
Also, Justice.
That's your
What's that? That's a hammer.
Okay.
Yeah.
With a 17 to hit. With 11 points of damage. You got it. All right.
And
so
we're going to use this. Oh, never mind. I was going to say we're going to move him, but that works.
Yeah. This individual is kind of on their last leg to begin with. And yeah, you raise that warhammer up, and it's just boom, just smacks them right to the very center. You can feel the breaking and the and just the crushing and the squish as that warhammer penetrates the flesh. And again, for that instant, the body falls, and in its place is that form with the many eyes that gaze into you, and then disappears.
As Justice passes the turn, all he has to say is, "Yeah, I don't like that much. I would prefer to not be here."
Right on. The remaining two have their eyes fixed upon Gilzaf and Xylek, and they're just moving straight for them. Yeah. Cool. Anything else? Anything else on your turn, Justice?
Nope.
All right. We pass to Mark 5, the Warforged.
Alrighty, I think I wanted to move right about there.
Mhm.
Should be able to have a clear sight of both of them. Yes. Alright, I am going to do an Eldritch Blast. One ray at each of them.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get my character sheet. +6. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
Okay, so they'll each get hit. Because the other
Okay.
one I rolled a natural 19. So
Okay.
that one and that one. Alright, what is my +3? Okay. So this one is gonna get 13 damage, the one on the left,
Okay.
and the one on the right is gonna get 8.
Yeah. You got it. All right. So thick billows of ghostly energy begin to surround your forearms and hands as you raise them up at your enemy, and they ignite as those black beams race towards your enemy. This one gets impacted and is blown away immediately. They lose their footing. They fall into the brambles, and they're dead, like so. And you hear that ghostly howl, kind of an echoey piece, and you feel those eyes upon you once again. The beam hits and buries itself into its target, separating limb and joint and penetrating that leather workwear. And let's see, that was 16 points, right?
That one only got 8.
Only got 8. Okay. There we go. All right. So the beam buries itself into its sternum, and it and it just kind of it falls back a little bit, but it's able to kind of regain its footing, and its eyes continue to be fixed upon Xylek.
I don't have anything for a bonus action, so that's the end of my turn.
Okay. All good. All right. We will pass to Elspeth.
All right, we got one guy still up. Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's just furiously trying to make its way through those spikes, through the spike growth, moving straight towards your allies here.
Yeah, sure. We can prolong the problem.
Right?
Elspeth is just going to hang out right next to the apparent companion who will follow her orders. And is going to use the old standby ray of frost.
Alrighty.
And is going to roll a 10. Okay, so I can't roll anything with Elspeth. This is cool.
Ah. Okay.
Well,
All
her heart's
right.
not in it.
Moving into that position, raising up to cast that ray of frost. That icy beam emanates from your personage, and it screams just past your target, landing somewhere right here on the table, smashing a bunch of glass jars and tools as they go flying everywhere and falling and disappearing into the brambles. The table has like a nasty, icy, massive, icy hole in it at this point. I do not believe they'll be able to use this table for their work here come Monday.
I don't think they'll be able to use it either because they'll be dead.
The rest of Elspeth's turn is her swearing in Arn. So
There you go. The rest of you hear a litany of what appears to be horrible cursed language. Somebody is really angry
Bears.
in Arn. All right, it's good. We'll pass to Xylek.
All right, I am going to point my clawed finger at the remaining guy, and I'm going to cast Toll the Dead. He needs to make a Wisdom saving throw 16.
All right. 16 DC Wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a 15.
Hey, he fails it. Since
All
he's
right.
been damaged already, he's going to take 2d12 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Whoa, wow. It kind of sucks. I rolled a 10 and then I rolled a 1, so 11 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. All right. So casting that spell,
Mhm.
and you can see just like huge necrotic wounds beginning to appear as the flesh turns, the already mingled flesh turns blackened with death. Thick holes and gaping wounds begin to appear within it, as if bitten by a million. What's that spider? Brown recluse spiders, right?
Oh,
Mhm, mhm.
oh.
That cause necrotic wounds. All right.
Yeah, I
He's not
imagine them like
looking
spawning
good.
out of all the vines. Oh, he's still up?
Still up,
Uh,
hanging by a thread, but still up. Anything else you got, Xylek?
no.
Love the
No.
swearing graphic there, Elspeth.
I did it.
Oh,
Very
nice.
cool.
I didn't even know you
It's
could put
good.
text in there like that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be my turn then.
Okay. All right, it's good. We'll pass to Gilzaf.
I am going to take a moment.
Oh,
Do we?
what?
I was going to
Whoa.
ask this earlier, but I forgot.
What?
Did we figure out what these creatures were that were fighting? Did we? I
Them
looked back.
peoples.
I didn't. What?
They're, as far as I know, they were old textile workers who are being possessed essentially by by these dreamers.
We can't unpossess them. That was really the question.
Hmm.
Well,
So
Mm-hmm.
I guess they should have joined their local union and then they wouldn't have been possessed. I'm gonna throw a dagger at that one.
Okay. All right, fire
I
away.
did not make that. That was a 12. So I'm gonna throw
Okay.
another dagger at him because I throw and then bonus action. Well, not bonus. Offhand. A bonus.
You
Action.
got it. Okay.
I rolled the same. Both of those miss.
Okay. Yeah, those daggers whizzle through the air. One passes on one side of its head. You attempt to correct, but overcorrect, and it passes throughout the other side of its head.
Since I already used my bonus action, I can't bonus action swear words like Elspeth. Not that I would have nearly as many colorful swears
Hmm.
and as beautiful a language.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, I'm going to free action what she said.
All right. There you go.
Somebody else's turn.
All right. Stepping through, echoing the sentiments of Elsbeth, we will pass the turn to DM, and it will continue. Yep, it will. It's just going to continue its march. Let's see. Let's see. We'll start with that. Moving 10 feet.
Okay.
I'll see if it'll survive that, depending on how it does here.
Fingers crossed.
11 points of damage.
Okay. Excellent.
Wiggly, wiggly eyebrows.
All right, it'll continue its movement.
All right, it's going to take another 2.
Out of the brambles. And is that 2 more? Okay. Let's see if it survives.
Because wait, he was right here,
He was.
so I think he's moved out of the brambles then.
Okay.
So I don't think he would take any damage at that point.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. So it stumbles out of the brambles. Its body is just badly mangled and torn up.
Hmm.
It raises up one of its appendages at you, and you just immediately feel this inner invasion, Xylek. You just feel this awesome, this awful presence just kind of stepping into your mind. You could say you can kind of feel just some of the your inner thoughts, memories, things like that. You just feel them kind of. You suddenly feel like they're open to another entity, another piece, or another being. Make a quick charisma saving throw.
Ooh, charisma. Oh, I actually have
Ooh, he's
something
Actually, make it an
seducing you-
advantage.
advantage. 4.
Seducing you, but you're not attracted.
19.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Thankfully, you damaged your opponent well enough, so it couldn't quite get off this attempt. You're able to kind of just I don't know. You're just kind of like strengthening yourself, drawing upon that inner strength, that inner training. You're able to fight back this inner invasion, almost being able to kind of center yourself against this attack. You know what's happening. This creature was trying to possess you.
Ooh,
Whatever was
geez.
making this body animated was trying to step into you. But it failed. Thankfully, you were able to damage it enough. And it occurs to you in that moment, that's what all of these creatures were trying to do. They were willing to step through those brambles and step through that spike growth to completely mingle their bodies to get to the fresh bodies on the other side.
Joke's on
The
them.
last one falls.
All not attracted or have partners.
Right. There you go.
Let's go to a different bar.
Nice. Okay, the room falls silent. And the last of those echoes, it just kind of falls with that awful echo. Then it just kind of reverberates off of the stone walls and the darkness, leaving you to explore the space and see what answers you can find.
I'm gonna poke at the spike growth, like poke at one of the pokey bits.
How long does that stay active, Xylek?
So I maintain concentration on it, and since I never got hit during the battle, I never had to contest it. So
Okay.
now that I can sense the battle is over, I will concentrate, look inward, and release the spell.
Okay.
And all the plant life and vines and stuff slowly decays and withers away and evaporates into the air.
All right.
No, it's just like
Okay. Very cool. I'm feeling mighty unchristmassy with by getting rid of these. But yeah. Okay.
I'm going to compliment you on your ability to kill 4 people just by having them walk through your spike growth. That's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it comes in handy.
That is so cool. I don't have anything that's like spiky like that on my person. That is super nice, nifty.
Well, it's not situated for the best of environments, but every now and then it does a pretty good job. Just
Now, can you make them out of metal? Says the robot, because that's infinitely better than anything natural, according to the robot.
No, I'm afraid I can't. I have more of a connection to the natural world than that of the manufactured.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we all have flaws. I'm gonna wander away.
Sure.
Right on.
Backhanded compliment. I tried to do a backhanded compliment.
What's a back? What is that? What's a back? Are you complimenting the back of my hands?
I don't know. It's something that the other ones, the other meat bags, have decided is a thing.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mhm. As you look about yourselves in the darkness and in the shadows, it kind of it occurs to you kind of how immense this place is. But this room was obviously the main workroom, where a lot of things were kind of manufactured. You see assembly lines, tables where things were where work was done. In the far back, you see what looks like a vat, and there are doors about. You've already entered this room, which appeared to be some kind of a storage room, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I killed that guy. Or I killed a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was in a previous episode there was a guy hiding in that in those crates, and didn't quite look like the others, but you all shot first and asked questions later, right?
He was similar enough. We weren't taking chances.
Right.
Can I rifle through the pockets of these factory workers to see if they had anything on their persons that would indicate what, why, where, how they were being possessed?
Yeah.
Or which way?
You bet.
And also steal their gold?
Yeah. If you wish, let's see what's in their pockets.
Guess I don't really need to roll sleight of hand, do I? Unless I don't want to know, which is okay.
Right. It's up to you. If you want to hide your activities from your cohorts, you can. Otherwise, yeah, just dive in and see what's in the pockets.
I'm gonna be mostly open, but if there's anything that's super interesting that's not seemed to have to do with their possession, I did have a 16 sleight of hand.
Okay.
To keep it from everybody else. I'm not gonna keep it from you guys.
Okay.
Well, I have a passive perception of 18, so
you see all.
Okay. So like you clearly see Gilzaf kind of being sneaky and rifling through the pockets. While they are just kind of corpses, and corpses are usually fair game for just about everybody in the adventuring party. Gilzaf seems to feel a bit right.
In case one of them had a 500 platinum piece worth magic ring in their pockets that would be invisible. I don't want anybody else to know.
Right.
I'll whisper in Gilzaf's direction. Check to see if they have any of those Lucidia stones. Those seem to be what's causing people to go crazy. Maybe these workers all had them.
Good point.
Yeah. So going through the pockets of this one, you do find a pair of dice, a pair of knucklebone dice. Each of them with a skull symbol on the side that would normally show 6 pips.
Knucklebone dice.
Whose knuckles? Is it like a human's knuckles? Is it like a...
It's an echidna's knuckles.
An echidna's knuckles? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Something like that, right? An echidna's knuckles.
Yes.
Not human dice.
Knuckles.
They're not human knuckles. That's all we know.
Yahtzee.
Right?
Later at the tavern. What's your name here?
Yeah?
If nobody has any Lucidia stones or anything like that?
Going through, that's the first one. The next one, hang on a second. The next one doesn't have anything in their pockets.
Okay.
Which other ones are you searching here?
just these guys in this room.
Okay. This one here?
Starting near me. So this
Yeah.
guy first, and this guy second.
Okay.
This guy third.
And let me see.
And then the 2 guys down at the bottom last.
Okay. Yeah, this one has it's kind of in its nothing in the pockets, but you feel something something of substance within its trousers. As you kind of feel around, you feel like a plate right behind the buttocks, and as you look, as a curiosity gets the best of you, you reach in and you pull out what looks like an enormous scale, perhaps from a dragon. Perhaps they were using it as a something to sit on, maybe like a seating pad, or something like that. It's kind of soft on the inside, leathery, like from the flesh of a dragon, or whatever beast this enormous scale came from.
Scott's reaction was just the best.
I have almost no animal handling, or nature. In fact, I have 0 animal handling and 1 nature. But
Yeah.
would 19 nature tell me what it is?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a freaking blue dragon scale.
Ooh.
Stuffed right down the pants of this who was apparently using it as a seat cushion.
I will be putting that in my pants because I don't have a pack. I have a pack. I'm putting it in my pack.
Yeah.
That's fun and interesting.
It looks
I'll
surprisingly comfortable.
Probably be using that for a chair sometime. That's pretty cool.
There you go. And let's see. So that was the third one. Did you search any of the others?
Guys,
This
look
dude
at
is,
this
those
tiny
2 down
little-
at the bottom left.
Okay.
Nice.
Alex, you can't show pot on the internet.
Yeah.
Well, my initial idea of how to make these little things did not work at all because apparently these chocolate chips and butterscotch chips, they don't melt in the oven. Now I'm making a double boiler and I'm going to have to melt all the chips separately and then drizzle it over all the stuff.
Fun fact, butterscotch does have dairy in it.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's sad days for me.
Okay.
This is more for my coworkers than it is for me because it does. I am still using chocolate, so.
Mm-hmm.
So on this one, you find a small stack of envelopes. Looks like mail.
What is the name? Is the name the same? Like, or address?
No,
Is the same?
no. There's several different names. There's a different name on each envelope. A couple of envelopes with the same name, but there's a stack of maybe about 10 envelopes, and they all kind of seem to be from addresses kind of on the same, maybe in the same street, same neighborhood. Just a number of different names on the envelopes that they're addressed to.
Been distracted. Is the seal on any of them broken?
No, nothing's broken on them.
Can I, as a skilled handy dude, but not a forger,
Handy dandy.
break the seal in such a way that it's not obvious?
You might.
Because I want to see what's in these. Sorry, I've been my character has been distracted, so feel free to look
Yeah.
around other people. But
Okay.
yeah, I would
Yeah.
like to try dexterity check.
Okay. To see what's in these envelopes.
The dice says 20.
Okay. All right. You skillfully are able to open the seals on several of these envelopes.
With my dice.
It appears to be somewhat random. Some of these are they look like bills. Others look like something to do with the Eberron Clearinghouse sweepstakes. and others are advertisements for different organizations in the area providing services like window cleaning, magical tuning, things of that nature. And you find one that appears to be looks like a paycheck in the amount of 18 gold,
That's a lot of gold.
being paid to a Mr. Ronnie Stimple for services rendered.
And as a merchant guy,
Uh-huh.
background, I would know. I feel like what most commoners are paid because I know how much my clientele
Uh-huh.
makes aroundish.
Yep.
It's a lot for a clothes dude, right?
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, you know, putting two and two together, you can probably figure this out. Go ahead and make a quick intelligence check with let's try wisdom actually with advantage.
Ooh. With advantage, my wisdom, which I have nothing in, that may and or may not have been one of my dumb stats. 18.
Okay. So yeah, it's
advantage.
So it's pretty easy for you to put two and two together. This guy was stealing people's mail. They were just going through someone's mailboxes, other mailboxes, and just kind of raiding their mail. And they were looking for maybe ways to ways to steal from people and whatnot. It's kind of interesting.
I'll be writing down his description that he was stealing mail, who he was stealing mail from, the bills.
Yep.
This Ronnie Stimple guy.
Uh-huh.
And pocketing that paycheck for later cashing.
Okie doke.
And then
there you go.
refilling all of the envelopes, like closing them so that their seals are back to what it doesn't look like they've been rifled with, and sticking all of those back in his pockets.
Right.
I didn't touch
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, and it's like a claim check. You can take this. If you're Ronnie Stimple, you can take this to the local. I can't remember which guild it was that handled the money, but one of their caches, one of their house caches, and present that and receive 18 gold. If you can convince them that you are Ronnie Stimple.
I can do that if I have identification saying that I'm Ronnie Stimple.
Right, or a magical, magical confirmation, as they use. All right.
So I'm assuming while I'm rifling through the corpses looking for Lucidia stones or anything else indicating why they were possessed.
Uh-huh. Yeah. They're doing stuff. Let's move back to Justice. Tell us what your character's up to at the moment.
Oh, I mean, Justice does not really want to be here, but he is not. He's not. He's rather discomfited by everything that's going on, and he's not looking too happy about it. And he's definitely thinking that he really should be taking care of his kid since he's supposed to have custody of her, and he is not liking what this city is doing right now.
Okay. And that's a distressing feeling for any parent. The idea that there's some awful things going on in this town, and you kind of got the feeling you want to kind of grab your kid and make way for the Eberron equivalent of Disneyland or someplace safer.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Let's pass to Mark 5. Tell us what your character's doing.
Alright, Mark 5 is gonna start heading over to these tables and start inspecting, seeing if they can find anything of interest. The player does not remember what we're looking for, besides possibly Lucidia stones, but Mark 5 remembers.
Okay. Yeah. And just to refresh, this textile factory was owned by a man named Tobias Gravenmore. He was one of the leads, one of the individuals you were asked to kind of find out more about. Tobias just kind of went nuts. He was a successful business person, a successful entrepreneur, had a thriving enterprise, running textiles and whatnot. And one day he just went nuts, just went bat crap insane, and started offing his employees. Which was obviously, this was kind of part of a pattern of things that was happening in the city, and that was obviously not something he would be known to do. And so you're kind of looking for answers as to why that's happening, why it happened to him, and why it's happening to other people in the city. Let's see. Good. Yeah. Anything else you want to do, Mark 5?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like inspecting these tables, so I don't know if you want me to do like a
Sure.
Perception or an investigation.
Yeah, let's do an investigation check.
Okay, I can do that. I don't think that one wanted me to roll it. Let's try this one. Oh, that's that again. A 13.
Okay. All right. It's not too difficult to kind of to figure out what does go on here. These tables are kind of lined up as it's kind of like an assembly line, right? A product is kind of started at one end, and there's work completed on it, and it is passed to the next worker, who completes another task on it, and another, so on and so forth, until at the end of the line they have a finished product. It looks like further down as you look out here, there are doors here which undoubtedly lead to a shipping and receiving. These doors here open up, and you can see from the map that there are wagons on the outside, and that's kind of, once products are completed from here, they're set up on these wagons for delivery. The strange thing that you do notice is that this is obviously a textiles factory, mostly geared towards things like building materials, like roof shingles and pieces of cloth for uniforms and things like that, tents, stuff like that. But it appears to you, Mark 5, that recently there's been a shift in the manufacturing process. There's been a shift to, as you look upon the table, the materials that are laid out before you and the tools that are lying around, they're actually used for making what looks like packaging, attractive packaging, like a nice, pretty box that you would buy the latest cool. I don't know. In our world, it might be like the latest iPhone or whatever, right? Or just a cool Gizmo gadget or whatever gadget that has come out. And it looks like they were making some very attractive boxes, about maybe, I don't know, 4 to 6 inches squared, attractive boxes with pretty pictures and imaging on the sides. And as you look, the packaging is marked Lucidia Stone. Gorman Utali's interplay our Emporium of Magical Wonders.
Okay, just because brain not working. That is not the name of the person from the first house we went to, right?
It is not.
Okay.
Yeah, it is not.
It's
yeah,
also
however,
not the name
Gorman...
of the person who owns this factory.
Correct. However, Gorman Utali was one of the leads that was given to you to investigate. He owns a shop in one of the exclusive shopping districts. He owns, basically, it's a rare magic items store.
And we've been told already that he sorry, I was looking for it. There's an exclusive trade agreement with him.
Okay. Right. Yeah. As you were told, Gorman Utali was granted an exclusive license to sell Lucidia stones from a group of trade emissaries from a foreign land.
Yeah.
Specifically from the Empire of Riedra in Sarlona.
Okay,
Anybody
I'm
good at politics?
What's that?
Anybody good at politics?
no.
Possibly.
I'm about as good as politics as I am with puzzles, which is no.
Fair.
Alright, so Mark 5 is going to bring the box to Elsbeth.
Okay. Good. Elsbeth, Mark 5 presents to you what looks like a very attractive product box, or product packaging, marked Lucidia Stone in really pretty font, and just underneath that in gold emboss, writing like Gorman Utali's Interplanar Emporium of Magical Wonders.
Well, I at least know where that one is. It shouldn't be here, though. Would you do me a favor and open it up?
Mark 5 will open it up.
Okay. The
Is
box
there
is
a stone there?
empty. There's no stone inside of it. The box is empty, but it looks like one of those stones would fit pretty nicely inside this box.
Well, at least it's not something to get rid of here. Yes. Well, hopefully there's an upstairs, isn't there? We haven't been upstairs. Oh god, there's an upstairs to this place.
Mm-hmm.
And she
There's
just starts
stairs.
rubbing her temples.
Yeah, there are stairs here.
Would you
Leading up.
like me to start searching upstairs?
I think we should all stick together. So not just yet. I'm sure there's some doors here we haven't explored, and who knows what's behind them. I'd rather not find out by myself.
I will continue checking the tables.
Sure, sounds lovely.
Okay.
She'll move on to like the next set of tables to see if there's anything different.
Okay. Yeah. Not much different. You do find a glass jar containing a weird bit of flesh floating in a pickling fluid.
Spooky.
That's about it.
I'll hold on to that and then check like the next set of tables again, just seeing if anything is different from making these boxes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the far row of tables tells very much the same story.
Okay.
They were making packaging, and looks like they were making the packaging for Gorman Utali for these Lucidia stones.
And then once when I'm done checking, I'll return to Elsbeth with the jar of bodily
Yeah.
body.
Right? Yeah. Elsbeth, Mark 5 presents this, brought you yet another wondrous gift, right? It's a glass jar containing a bit of a weird bit of flesh floating in a pickling fluid.
Do I see this?
I'm not hiding it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach into my
Yeah, you see
pack
it.
and pull out my pickled flesh jar that I found at the house in the orchard that we went to, and hold it up to see if we could compare pickled flesh jars to see if they're the same bits of flesh. Not like the same bits of flesh from the same person or thing, but like the same types of bits of flesh.
Yeah.
They are both the weenus.
Uh-oh.
But you know how in Skyrim you go around and there's like 6 bugs and jars that you can find, and it's like a little Easter egg? Maybe there's an Easter egg and we can find 6 pickled flesh jars.
Right? You never know.
Who knows?
Yep.
Do they look similar?
Well,
They look somewhat similar, actually.
upon being presented with a flesh jar, Elspeth
And
says the
another one.
first thing that comes to her mind, which she should not say, but is, oh, that's definitely not my thing. I think that belongs to Xylem.
Mark 5 will just start walking over to Xylek and like will stop at stop at oh god, what's your name?
Gilzaf?
Gilzaf. Since Gilzaf brought out the jar and wants to look at them and compare them as well.
All right.
I'm sorry, Elspeth. You're like, you and Justice are the only two, like, normal people.
Well, Elspeth was going to open this door, and I think Justice is just eyeballing the stairs, hoping that we can leave.
Nice. All right. So the two of you begin, the three of you begin comparing flesh and jars, right? Elspeth.
I don't think Xylek has one. Elspeth just is being kind of racist.
It goes over Mark 5's head.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
She's just not great sometimes.
Elspeth, you look like you're about to poke through that door there.
Yep.
Was that your intent?
That sure was.
All right. Let's see. Actually, give me 1 minute here. I just got a notice from my laptop. It's going to shut down if I don't plug it in. My charger is right in here. I'll be right back.
All right.
Could be a good time for a break then.
Yeah. Do you guys want to take 5?
We can take 5.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. I'll grab I need a
Person
refill on my water, so we can do that.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
How do you spell the 5?
Yeah, we'll reconvene in just a few.
Oh, we're taking a break. Okay, sorry, I got up before I should have. I'll go on the welcome screen because I don't have a be right back screen. So, be right back, guys. right, everyone, we're back.
All right. When we last left our adventurers, Elsbeth was about to take a peek inside this door here. Right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Trying the door handle. It is unlocked.
I can search it for traps if you'd like.
No, we're not. We're not doing that. Elspeth is just doing that while y'all are comparing whatever you've got in your jar.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So,
Also, I was trying
yeah,
to
it is.
explore this room too. This room I'm standing
Okay.
at here.
Okay.
No, I'm kind of like
You
in
got it.
between.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll work with Elspeth, and then we'll move to Xylek in that other room there as you open that door. Poking open the door, the light spills into the room, or the dim light, I guess, and you find yourself looking at what looks like a small or a fairly spacious office.
Is that a Lucidia stone on that desk?
It looks like one, actually. It's a gem, a large gem, sitting on the table about 4 to 6 inches in diameter, and it kind of shines brightly.
But it looks like a Lucidia stone, right?
It certainly does.
I'm going to just blow it up sooner or later. So
Okay.
Frost is basically killing it with fire, so I support this.
Okay. Yeah.
I haven't been killing it with fire because I didn't want to set everything on fire.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to just gonna ray of frost it?
Yes.
All right. You got it. Yeah. It's not hard to hit. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Reaching out, hitting with the ray of frost. Yeah. The beam engulfs the gem, and it just kind of cracks and withers. The light dissipates from it, and it just kind of shatters all over the desk. Boom. And also leaving a large frozen indentation in the nice wood of the desk. Right here.
Elsbeth will just sort of rummage through the room, but feel free to go to Xylek in the meantime. It's
Okay.
been a while.
Okay.
Been a while.
All right. Xylek opening the door here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Trying the door. The door handle. It is unlocked.
Cool.
Pushing that door open. It looks like a small office area. Peering forward, you see, some number of books. It looks like journals and charts and things like that on the desk. Yeah. It looks like a dagger or something like that on the table there as well.
Can I, like, in the process of everything that was going on, can I have opened the door and cast Detect Magic?
You can.
I'll use it as a ritual spell. Oh, wait, do I even have Detect Magic? Holy shit. Hold on. I'm getting mixed
Okay.
up with characters. I don't even know if
Okay.
I have Detect Magic.
Yeah. All good.
Come on now. Trying to do everything with my left hand because my right hand is covered in chocolate.
Right.
Tasty.
Chocolate. Okay. Yeah, I do not have Detect Magic, so never mind. I'm just going to I'll enter the room and inspect this dagger that's on the counter. See if I get any sort of like weird vibe or if it just seems out of place amongst everything else in the room.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, this looks like what you see there is kind of like a kind of comings and goings of employees that are coming in to work their shifts on the assembly lines. And you can kind of clearly see a schedule of worker schedules and things like that.
Okay. I will collect up this schedule.
Okay.
And I'll go to who the nearest party member and show them the schedule and be like, we should see if any of these employees are haven't showed up for work today, if they've been affected as well. Although, from everything else we've seen, it seems that the just being in the general vicinity, general area around these Lucidio stones seems to affect people. So I don't know if they've been incited as well.
Mhm. I just want you to know that I deliberately made myself the nearest person to you. I'm going to put myself back where I was, but
Oh,
I want that list. People.
I mean, if you want to hold on to it, you can.
I'll
I
hold on to
I
that.
can't really make anything more out of it than just the names that are on it.
Yeah.
Are any of them Ronnie Stimple?
No Ronnie Stipple. Let's see. Would your character would Gilzaf have much of a knowledge of things like I don't know, labor laws, trade unions, things like that? Anything that and how that all coincides with the guild houses, with the dragon marked houses?
I'm a guild merchant, so I do know a little bit about trade unions and the guilds.
Okay. Good.
I am not explicitly from a dragon marked house, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to relate specifically the dragon marked things, but
Okay.
I do know that Elspeth has a dragon mark and might know. I don't know if she'd be willing to
Okay.
share.
It's possible.
But I am always willing to offer her all kinds of things.
Okay. Yeah, it might be a good idea to show that to Elspeth. And then using that combined action. Okay.
I will definitely take that to Elspeth.
Okay. You got it. And then Elspeth exploring the okay. Yeah. And then Elspeth exploring the what looks like an executive level office there. Tell us what you're looking at there, what you're rifling through.
Apparently nothing, given the 7.
Is that the investigation? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean you're it's, let's see. Okay, good. Yeah, nothing really stands out to you except for what's on the desk itself and what's clearly written on the desk. You do kind of see a what looks like a stack of letters, memos, things like that, declarations, official announcements, stuff like that you kind of rifle through. On a 7, I go off of pretty much what's most obvious, and one of them appears to be one of those messages, one of those letters, appears to be an agreement between Tobias Gravemore and his organization and House Medonai. Is that what it's called? House Medonai, who provides. And it looks like some kind of an agreement actually to provide some level of security or security escort to ensure the safe transport of shipments throughout the town.
Well, Elspeth is absolutely going to take that.
Okay.
Because that's what we call evidence.
Yeah. Indeed. There's a name that does come up, and it's just kind of like right there on the desk. You didn't really have to search for it, but this this agreement, and the name is Viatmar, who wrote this message to Tobias Gravemore, an individual named Viatmar, who happens to be regional director of the Fairhaven City Watch.
Isn't
Do we recognize that name since we pretty much interacted with the watch earlier?
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not the name so much, but you definitely know the organization. This is somebody higher up. This is like Salfron. Salfron is the one who hired you. This would be like Salfron's boss's boss, essentially. Much higher up on the totem pole. So it's an agreement from very high up in the security organizations of House Madonai, who provide like security sentry units, things like that. An agreement to provide secure passage and secure security detail, I guess, for these shipments of whatever this textile factory is producing to its various destinations throughout the city.
Would I? It's so hard trying to play a like an outsider of a city, like a outlander.
Mhm.
Would I understand or like be tipped off on the fact that a textile place is selling or shipping out something that's as out of place like these Lucidia stones? Like, why would a textile place be outporting or exporting these magical things? So
Yeah.
that like kind of set off my.
Yeah, I mean, let's do just a quick. Let's do like an investigation check. Wait, an investigation. Which one's tied to wisdom?
Just
Perception.
make it a wisdom check, frankly.
Yeah, wisdom check. That's good.
Just wisdom.
Yeah, that should be fine.
No, it's +8. 21.
Okay. So you've clearly been able to kind of gather that this building is geared towards producing one kind of product, and very basic materials at that, right? Cloth for uniforms, shingles for roofing materials, things like that. So it does strike you as kind of odd. It looks like production has just been really ramped up fairly recently for the creating of something that's much more specialized. And you kind of see that a lot of the tools, a lot of the equipment in the room and on the working deck looks very new. Stuff that's made for creating embossed labels, nice ribbons, cool graphics, things like that. So it does occur to you that this is a recent change, and it does seem, even for a foreign group or a foreign culture, it seems a little out of place to you. You're able to kind of put that two and two together.
Okay. I'll kind of murmur that out loud to the rest of the party and just say that everything is giving me bad juju, essentially.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm bringing Elspeth the list of employees.
Okay.
I can also relate that since you guys are on different parts of the building if I overheard that on my way over there.
Okay.
And also point out that that does seem weird. Like, I was a traveling merchant of all kinds of goods during the war, but like most of the time a factory like this is only doing one thing, and we were told it's a textile factory and it's making boxes.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, and not just boxes, but very high-end packaging for a very specialized product, for a singular shop, essentially. Elsbeth, you're presented with the. Go ahead.
When you say high end, is it like super sturdy?
as a box, it's just kind of like a really fancy packaging. Like whenever a product is made, they have to sit down and decide their budget for packaging as part of their marketing budget, right? So and this is obviously, this strikes you as just being right. Yeah. So yeah, this just strikes you as just being very fancy. I mean, as cardboard comes, right? It's the sturdiest, it's more sturdy cardboard, I guess you could say, right? With like a nice, smooth texture.
We get so much money out for the recycling center.
Right.
But
yeah.
like that to
Elspeth, you're presented that. Yeah, so you see this Gilzoff steps in the room holding these this like scheduling manifest, the comings and goings of employees and things like that. That's what you initially see there.
Well, yes. What's this?
So, in a different room, very unlike this one, as I definitely don't peer an investigating eye over literally everything in the room. We found this manifest of employees, and I'm not really versed in like how these like house factories go about doing their business. And I know you have a dragon mark that I can see clearly on your body. I think, right? That is the thing that I can see that clearly. And maybe you have a little bit more information about the houses based off of this employee.
You also know that Mark 5 has a mark as well.
I missed you. Dang it. I'm sorry.
What exactly do we want to know about the houses here? Because I've got a letter from House Madani, and that's its own thing separately entirely.
So there's like multiple houses going on with this. Is what I was getting at. Like, do you recognize anything about?
Do we know that this is a warehouse that belongs to one of the houses, or is that like on the employee listing there?
That was kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah, so it's what is the one that the house that handles like makers and things like that?
Kenneth?
Kenneth. It's overseen by House Kenneth. Many of the workers are supplied by House Kenneth, according to trade law. All of that. And as you look at the manifest, let's see how much you pick up on it. You can run an investigation check on the employee manifest if you like, or the shift manifest.
And I can also help with that.
Yeah. You may want to.
I'll cast guidance on them as well to give them a boost.
Yeah.
Come with us over.
Okay. I'll move them on over. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Advantage on that, so you can roll better if you want to.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to roll again, Elspeth.
Better.
A little better, right? So the thing that you
and you also have
13?
guidance, so you get the D4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Roll an extra D4.
Yep. That helps.
So
that 10 is, I think, the highest thing I've rolled as a base roll this night. So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Nice. All right. So it's good enough between the three of you. The biggest thing that you see is that, I mean, there are within House Kenneth, there are rules basically that kind of govern who works for what amount of wage, how often, how much they can work, how long their shifts are, all those things, right? And that all has to kind of be recorded, and there has to be a record kept of that. And somebody at the textile factory is appointed to be accountable to the Great House, to the Dragon Marked houses, to make sure that they're operating within within the scope of trade law. What you see here is a complete abhorrence, an absolute abomination of trade law. You basically see like about the same 25 workers essentially being worked around the clock, essentially, just going crazy. And then the other employees, the other workers, they just kind of drop off the map, or they're given very short shifts to come in and go. But there are about 25 names of the same 25 employees or so that show up, and they work like all day. They come back maybe like an hour later or so, and shifts go into the night, and the very same 25 continue to work. And this goes on for weeks. The very same 25 employees working a full day shift, a full night shift, back to back, constantly.
Is there a start to that? And at the start of that, is there a normal shift of those
Yes.
25 workers?
Yes, actually, before up until about a few weeks ago, the manifest looks very normal, very much 100% within compliance of House Canada law or the guidance of those trade laws. It's
Does
just
that
like
coincide with the other people who have been doing things strange?
the time frame certainly fits. Yeah, it was within about a few weeks ago that this stuff just kind of started going crazy in the town. That with different those just odd occurrences within the city. The professor that started teaching odd stuff, right? The city zones kind of hit the market, and Tobias Gravemore kind of starts going nuts, right? All those happenings happen within that time frame.
Well, this isn't really my sort of thing, but just looking at it, one, it's probably illegal, and two, I'm pretty sure that everyone on this list is either dead or should be dead.
Well, if it's illegal, then we should definitely keep it as evidence. Or black.
Certainly.
Gilzaf, while you were searching some of the bodies, did you see any sort of like personal ID or work ID or anything? Perhaps we can try and match up the bodies to this, workman itinerary. See if those particular employees who were working so drastic hours were part of this squall we just had.
I did and or did not. Because I forgot to ask that. Did I find any identification on the bodies?
No identification. However, off of your previous rolls, you can probably deduce that there is a latest schedule in that manifest, and it looks like it essentially coincides with the timing of your arrival as well. That there was a shift that was actually recorded with that timing.
Of all 25 of those employees?
All 25.
And we killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
Correct.
I'm not very good at math, but I don't think those two numbers are the same.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Justice is going to like going up the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh.
I say out loud.
Oh. Well.
So you
actually killed
anything.
8. You killed 8. I got rid of one of the bodies. But yeah.
We did get rid of one of the bodies. Technically, we killed 9.
9.
One of them was a stowaway.
9 if we count this guy.
If you count the stowaway.
Mm-hmm.
The
Possibly.
innocent guy we just murdered in cold blood.
What's this we?
That.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right?
That's right.
It was pretty much Mark 5. We told them pretty much if they continue running, we were going to, hurt them, so I did.
Right.
And as the person responsible for my Mark 5, even though that responsibility has been pushed onto you by Mark 5, I'm going to include Elspeth in that as well.
Yeah.
Elspeth was nowhere even near the room, and she just, comes in and is like, just be careful who you do that to.
Yeah,
this was
Mark
kind
5?
of an
Or was it Elspeth?
inconvenience, but, it was whatever, I don't care.
Right?
Because he was bleeding out of his eyes, wasn't he?
Mark 5 was, right?
Yeah. It was.
Yep.
It was. Was it? No, it was like oily. It was like oil, but yeah, that's pretty much.
Not blood, but yeah.
Pretty much
Mhm.
Mark V's version of blood. Yes.
Bloody oil.
Yeah.
Machine blood.
Yes.
My blood as well, as a machine as well.
Right?
So what else can I?
Mm-hmm.
Since we're all here in this room.
Elspeth did do a preliminary investigation of the room. Rolled a 7. Not a whole lot was turned up, except for the lettering, the stack of messages that was on the desk.
Did you look for any secret hidden compartments that might contain secret hidden things?
Are you asking that?
Yes.
Elspeth's like, and then she pauses and, I'm sorry, I have to take a cold. Do your thing. I'll be outside. And she literally does walk out the front door.
Yeah.
She has to take a call on her non-existent cell phone.
Well, there is sending.
That's true.
Oh, that's true.
So,
There's sending.
I love that. I'm going
sending
to
stations.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to investigate
Oh, well, that's
the desk
cool.
for secret hidden compartments.
Yeah.
And if I don't find any in the desk, I will expand that to the rest of the room. But just
Okay.
I'll cast guidance.
Okay.
Give you a bit
got
of a
it.
boost.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Really terribly, probably. Investigation is +7, and 8 + 7 is 15.
Okay.
Plus a D4.
Yes, I rolled a 4.
Plus D4 with guidance.
Ooh, hell yeah.
No, like on my D20, I rolled a 4.
Ah.
Oh.
But now it's an 18 because I have a +7, and I rolled a 4 on my guidance.
All right. Good enough. Some of the inner workings of the embossing and sculpting and whatnot, the details of the desk, that flows all throughout the structure of the desk. And but there's one spot where it appears for one of the shapes, one of the like leaf symbols or whatever, seems to be separate from the rest of the wood. Pressing that, it pops open a small compartment, and within that appears to be what looks like a Lucidia stone.
All over the place in here.
I'm going to attempt to drive a psychic dagger into it.
Okay. For sure. Go ahead and
I get sneak attack on the inanimate object.
it's not going to be real hard to hit.
But it also can't see me, so I'm hidden.
Right. You can use that if you like. But yeah, go for it.
I real hope that it's not hard to hit because I rolled a 2 on my die, which makes it a total of 9.
Okay. All right. That is a hit.
Cool.
What is the damage on that?
With my sneak attack, I have 10, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 points of psychic damage.
Okay. So yeah, this psychic blade materializes out of nowhere and obliterates this Lucidia stone.
And Elspeth did give me a really great idea. I also have to go make a call. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm going to leave the drawer with the Lucidia stone that is now psychically shattered. The stone is really, really emotionally shattered.
Okay.
And I'm
It
gonna
certainly
go,
is.
Also out, not the front door, but out. So I'm assuming Elspeth went out like the front of the building.
Like the front door, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go out the back of the building through this door. No, that doesn't have a door.
Everyone's leaving.
There's a door here. You can open up.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Those are
I'm
large
gonna
bay
open that up.
doors. Okay.
And I'm definitely not going to leave any sort of paper outside at all.
Okay.
no sort of like message that I might leave for anybody watching me that might need it to let them know what I'm doing.
Uh,
And then
Okay.
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 happening.
All right.
Wait, didn't we just realize that there might be a whole nother crew of enemies upstairs? Should we really be all separating at this moment?
Stepped away for a second to take a call. Just like else
Oh,
did.
Okay.
oh, you're back already. That was a short call then.
Yeah, no, I just had to get reception.
Okay.
I have
Signal is an issue.
no idea what these words mean.
That makes
Right.
two of us.
Okay. We'll pass the spotlight to Mark 5. Tell us what you're up to.
Mark 5 is just watching all of this stuff going on with these calls and all of that stuff. And they're pretty much following Elspeth's orders. They're not
Okay.
going to leave the group, and they're not going to go upstairs and check until the group is ready.
Right on.
I'm ready when the group is ready.
Oh, wait, where's Justice been this whole time? Just kind of realizing now that we, like, pretty much the whole group has been together in this whole room, and then not realizing Justice hasn't been there.
Justice is sort of milling around on the edge of things and keeping eyes out.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I suggest we all get together and, I guess, explore the rest of this room.
Okay.
Or building, I mean.
All right.
Yeah. If you want, before we close that thing, I can throw something out here.
Yeah. Sorry, what was that?
I would before, if we were gonna spin down, I was gonna have Elspeth come back in very quick.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking at the clock. It's nearing 7:30 on the West Coast, which means it is a very late 10:30 on the East Coast. But yeah, and our time is up for this session. But yeah, so we will pick it up here in 2 short weeks and explore the rest of this building. It is there is an upper mezzanine going up these stairs, and there is that place is rumored to have a basement. But we'll see what answers what answers are turned up with those with that exploration. All right, cool. And with that, I'll go ahead and turn the time over to our gracious host, Beluga.
Thank you, everyone, for joining another good episode. I know it's been a lot of time in between some episodes because things have been going on. Life has been lifing, and brain hasn't been braining much. But we will hopefully see you in 2 weeks, which would bring us to November 13th. If that works for everybody. But we will also be back next Thursday for Rise of the Rune Lords, our Pathfinder First Edition campaign. Also, if anyone feels like it, tomorrow we'll be doing a special Halloween stream of Phasmophobia, me, Falcon, Danny, and Squeebs. On my personal channel, so that's twitch.tv/Beluga358 if you're interested. Some Phasmophobia with friends. Anyway, I am Beluga, your guild master here, there we go, at the Role Players Guild. I am doing really good today. Your guild master here at the Role Players Guild. I play Mark V, the Warforged Warlock. Falcon to you with Laura on deck.
Yes, I'm Falcon. I play Xylix Seerster, your cleric, druid, multiclass, lizard folk. Yeah, Laura.
Hi, I'm Laura, and I play Gilzaf. Definitely not a spy. TM2DF3 Junior, the Autognome Rogue. And now it's B Spouse's turn.
I'm still B Spouse. I'm still playing Elspeth for the moment, who did not kill anyone with lightning, but it wasn't for lack of trying. Jason.
All right. Thank you all so much. As always, it's a pleasure to play with y'all and to game and to do this thing we do. We'll be back in just 2 short weeks. And till then, be safe, make good choices, eat your vegetables, brush your teeth, be the kind of friend you want to have.
Be careful with vegetables lately. The onion taint or
Yep.
the E. coli spread is still going strong, apparently.
Right.
So
Beware of the
your onions from McDonald's.
beware of the onions from the land of the arches of gold. Not to be partaken of at the moment, right? Very cool. All right. I hope everybody is doing well as we begin our ascent into this holiday season. Have a safe and happy holiday coming up, and we will see you here. Same bat time, same bat channel. And it is good.